Welcome back to our Rectory Ramble, where sometimes we talk about things that are important, other times not so much. One question that has been coming to us, and the question that we're asking ourselves is, how long are we going to keep doing this? How long are we going to keep rambling in the Rectory? I think Father Joe's kind of rambled out. I don't know.
I have no more ideas. Nothing more to say.
Yeah, I mean, like, he just doesn't talk anymore. It's just really sad. And delightful at the same time.
Oh, wow.
I'm just joking. So, like, how long are we going to do this? I mean, you guys are here to win.
Let's see. I think six or 7 more weeks.
6 or 7 more weeks. So maybe.
So I think that'll be the real answer. Once you guys move out and it's just you and me left,
Yeah, I mean, like, who's
no one's going to want to
listen?
listen to that.
Exactly.
So
Brian talks too much as it is.
Oh, yeah.
So in the Rectory Ramble. But yeah, so we're not sure how long we're going to keep doing this. But one thing that is discouraging is that less and less people are watching these, and so we
And we're getting less questions.
less questions.
Yeah,
And,
we only
and-
had 3 questions this week.
Yeah, so-
it seems like we're not the only ones kind of losing interest in doing
yeah. So if you're watching, you're the few and the proud who are
Mhm.
dedicated to this channel and to this ministry, or rambling. So-
Changing St. Patrick Parish one Rectory Ramble at a time.
So we're not sure. We're thinking about it. Same with the chapel chats. We're not sure how long to keep doing those. A lot of people are coming to daily mass, but we also know people are not able to come, and so we really will. If we continue one of them, it'll probably be the chapel chats. But yeah, so keep your questions coming for sure. Second question is, what's your favorite restaurant? Let's just say around here. What are your favorite restaurants around here?
Ritter's.
Ritter's.
A full
Christian-
balanced meal of 5 scoops of ice cream.
When Christian first moved in, he seriously contemplated getting a job at Ritter's just
Right.
so we could get in-house discounts.
That's right.
It's worth it. you know.
Yeah.
He would do delivery for us. In case you don't know, Raiders is a place for ice cream and custard on Grand River by the hockey stadium.
And we were not
Not the
paid to
arena.
make this sponsor
No,
ad. We're
but
just
if you do work for
honest.
them, we want discounts. No shame. So what's your favorite restaurant?
I was actually going to say Jack's, another ice cream place.
Oh my
downtown.
goodness.
I've never been there.
What?
It's actually,
Is
It's-
it better?
it was
It's-
recommended by a parishioner who I think watches
No
these.
way.
And we all agreed it's still probably a little bit better than Ritter's. It's more fresh, a little more homemade.
Wait,
closer.
why wouldn't that be his favorite then?
Sometimes I feel like I could eat Ritter's much more often than I could eat Jack's.
He hasn't
Just
been
'cause
to Jack's
is so-
enough. That's
It's
why.
so heavy and creamy, and so it's just you really got to be in the mood for it.
Ice cream's just too good at Jack's.
And you guys haven't really had much of a chance to go to many restaurants because they've all been so shut down. But Brighton has a lot of good places. We've been
Oh,
to many of
really
them,
good
probably
places.
most of them. I mean,
Yeah.
we're big fans of Brighton Bar and Grill, Bar None, Red Robin. Breakfast Club is probably my favorite breakfast place. I was so sad that I was afraid it wasn't going to open back up, but they are open again. They just have limited hours.
The Rectory is like a breakfast club. You like cook
Mhm.
eggs and bacon
Eggs
almost
and
every day.
bacon, coffee,
Oh.
Velveeta biscuits. It's great.
My favorite restaurant is Father Joe's Cooking. I'm just joking. No, I love restaurants. I like going out. So I really like Chowamichi's. I love
Mhm.
Brighton Bar and Grill. Bourbon's is an excellent restaurant.
Yep.
I love Bourbon's. Red Robin.
Thai Express.
And then, no Thai Express. And then the last one is, you guys are obsessed.
We like Thai Express. He's not quite so much.
I think my favorite is probably Stillwater. So
Yeah,
a lot of really good restaurants in town, but yeah. So the next question then is, how do you know who's doing what mass and when? Like, how do you guys deal with the schedule? And the second part of the question is, and what is the other priest doing while the other priest is having mass? So the first thing is, I set the mass schedule, usually according to our personal schedule and what we have available in our preaching schedule. So the preaching schedule is the most important, and then we try to make sure we set our other schedules accordingly. And so sometimes we have different things going on. We set our schedule that way. We typically have one preacher for the entire weekend, so we actually schedule around that. So if Father Joe is preaching, he preaches all of the masses, and if I'm preaching, I preach all of the masses. And then what we do is we schedule our presider as well accordingly. So typically during a Sunday morning mass, if Father Joe's preaching, I'm usually saying the mass, or if I'm not, he's saying the mass and preaching. And so we're basically around the office. When he's saying mass and preaching, I'm typically just praying or maybe doing office work, or sometimes talking with parishioners during Sunday morning. Other times, if I'm doing it, you're What do you
Yeah,
do?
when you're saying mass, I usually go to the back and make faces just to try to
He
keep
does.
things light.
He does.
No, I sometimes I come here and have breakfast, or I might do my holy hour. I sometimes do office work, but not. I try not to do too much of that on Sundays. I'm just kind of around because we're pretty much both here on weekends, so I just stick around.
And sometimes in the Saturday Mass, for example, one of us is sometimes hearing confessions during that Mass when confessions go over, or one of us after confessions has something out. But yeah, so that's what we're doing, and that's how the Masses are set. And so there's that.
And the calendar is all on Google Calendar. It's pretty awesome. So whenever you make updates, it'll be reflected in my calendar on my phone, and it's the digital. I don't know what we do without Google Calendar.
Oh, I know.
We
It's
rely
crazy.
so much
It's
on
crazy.
it.
And sometimes the Mass calendar actually changes very, very quickly.
The
like
day of.
The day of. Like, hey, can you take this Mass? Can you do this Mass?
Yeah.
And so we're very flexible in that. So it's been great. One of the last things that we want to say is just how much we already miss Deacon Dave. You may have already heard that Deacon Dave Lawrence passed away on Sunday, our beloved deacon, and it's been really, really hard for me, actually.
Yeah.
I got the call when I was actually away for this weekend on a little vacation, and it was just been very, very hard. His family's doing well in the midst of this terrible tragedy, but we really miss him already, and we're going to have the funeral on Saturday. That's going to be at Christ the King. He had said to his wife that he wanted to be buried at Christ the King.
Yeah.
I used to be a member there a while back, and a lot of people don't know that Deacon Dave was ordained the same day I was as a deacon. We were classmates and deacon classmates, ordained in the exact same ceremony. So, it's just it's very hard. And he was a good man.
Yeah, it was so shocking. I mean, I had Mass with him on Sunday morning, the 9:30 Mass. He assisted as normal, and everything was fine. And he was totally healthy, and everything was normal. But didn't know that would be the last time I would see him. And it just really reminds me that you never know when that could happen. And so it's just good to be grateful for people and say goodbye when you're leaving, and not just walk off or something. Because that most of the time it's not the last time you see him, but every now and then it is. Like, that was the last time I'd ever speak to him. It's just in the Mass chatting, and he went.
It's such a heart of gold too. Like I remember, like he just wanted people to know Jesus. He wanted people. He was just such a servant. I mean, hearing all these stories from family members and friends and people who knew him. And one of the things he always would say before Mass, I don't know if he said this when you were saying Mass, he was like, "Let's give him heaven.
Yeah.
Let's give him heaven." And he just wanted people to know the gospel, because the gospel was the way to get to heaven. It was the way to know the love of God, and that is the gospel. It's the love of God breaking into the world to forgive our sins in the person of Jesus through his death and resurrection. And he was just a man of great faith, and it shows in his family. He's just I don't know. So he was anointed before he died too, by his son who was there, who's a priest, Father Peter Lawrence. So continue to pray for Deacon Dave. Continue to pray for our parish, and just life is short. We don't know when we're gonna go, and we just pray that we're ready when that time comes. Continue to give questions for the Rectory Ramble. We hope to continue to do these for some time until all the ice cream runs out at Ritter's, and then we'll have to go to Jack's because of that. So God bless you guys. We'll talk to you later.
Well, over the 4th of July weekend, the Campbell family gathered here in the Rectory. And there's a lot of musical talent in the family, so we decided to have a little jam session in the church. My niece, she called it the Cam Fam Jam. And during the jam session, we had some very special singers come and join us. So take a look. Another family recently, and they asked me, "Father, is your whole family musical?" And what would you say?
Yeah, I guess.
A little.
Is my face in it? You can just do my hands.